Okay, let's unpack this. Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're digging into something pretty unique. It's source material from a hypno-channeling session. This comes from the Hypno Vibes channel, and it features Naomi, the hypnotist, and a participant named Tina.
That's right. And we've got these excerpts, these notes, detailing a very specific session. What happens is Tina's consciousness, guided by Naomi, seems to travel somewhere. And then apparently channels an extraterrestrial being.
Right. So our mission today, yours and mine, and for you listening, is to walk through these notes. We'll pull up the key moments, the descriptions Tina gives, what the channeled entity claims, basically help you get a handle on what this particular material presents.
Exactly. We'll focus on what the notes actually say, the standout details.
Okay, so the session starts. Tina's under hypnosis. Where does Naomi guide her consciousness first? What's the scene?
Well, according to the notes, she finds herself on a beach, and specifically a beach in Beijing.
Beijing. Okay, not your typical beach destination maybe, but all right. What does she see there? What's going on?
Something major. The description uses terms like a really big event. Lots of people around, apparently. And the main thing is ships. A lot of ships.
A lot of ships. On the beach?
Yeah, like in a row, all lined up. She seemed quite struck by the size, calls them very big, and she mentions a detail, a ramp going down from the ships into the water.
Okay. Big ships. Lined up, ramp to the water. So, do the beings come down the ramp? How do they arrive?
Well, this is where it gets a bit strange.
Yeah.
The notes say they don't use the ramp. They sort of just appear.
Just appear. Like poof. Where?
On some kind of platform, it sounds like.
Right.
Or maybe a stage-like structure. It was positioned right in front of the ship, so presumably very visible to everyone there.
Huh. Appearing on a stage, that's quite an entrance. What do these beings look like? Did Tina describe them?
Oh, yeah. Quite specifically. First off, she says they are not the grays. That's a clear distinction she makes. Their skin is described as more white, and they're tall and thin. Very skinny and kind of tall. She even gives a height estimate. 6'8".
6'8". Wow. Okay. That is tall. Any other features that stood out in the description?
Yeah, a few interesting ones. They apparently look young. They have large eyes. And there's this odd phrase, very smiles. Like constantly smiling, maybe. But then the really striking thing, no mouth.
No mouth. Seriously.
That's what the notes say. Practically no mouth. And also no hair. So you get this picture. Tall, skinny, white skin, big eyes, maybe a permanent smile, but no mouth, no hair. That's the visual from the note.
That is, yeah, that's a very specific and slightly unsettling image, especially the no mouth part. Okay, so Tina observes all this. What happens next in the session? Does Naomi try to make contact?
Exactly. The focus shifts. Naomi attempts to facilitate communication, to channel one of these white-skinned beings through Tina.
And did it work, according to the notes?
It seems so. An entity starts speaking using Tina's voice.
Okay. And does this entity introduce itself, give a name?
Yes, it does. It says its name is Oxy. And it even makes a comment, apparently, about the sound of the name. Like, it knows it sounds similar to our word oxymoron, but it clarifies, different pronunciation and different spelling.
Oxy. Okay. And where does Oxy claim to come from?
From a distant universe, is what the notes record.
A distant universe. Wow. How do they travel that far? Did it explain that?
It did touch on that. Oxy explained they use portals to get here.
Wow.
But interestingly, it also said that even with portals for the inter-universal jumps, they still use spaceships for travel once they're, within a location or system.
Ah, okay, that makes sense. Portals for the really long haul, ships for local travel. Explains the ships on the beach, maybe. So the big question then, why are they here? What's their mission, according to Oxy?
Right. This is the core of it, really. The entity stated very clearly their purpose is to help humanity, specifically to help humanity to expand their consciousness.
Raising consciousness. Okay. Did Oxy mention any, concrete plans, especially regarding that Beijing location?
Yes, definitely. There's a specific plan for Beijing mentioned in the notes. Oxy says they intend to set up some stations there.
Stations? What kind of stations? What are they for?
Well, their purpose links directly back to that main mission, primarily to help humanity to expand their consciousness. But also, it seems, for more practical things, like to get them used to a new kind of society way of living, and also providing necessities for people. So consciousness, societal adaptation, and basic needs.
That sounds ambitious, a whole package. What's the bigger picture goal here?
The ultimate aim, as presented by Oxy, is helping with a transition from the old world to the new world. And this transition is supposed to lead to a total new life form. eventually. And get this, a society where people do not have to work 9 or 5.
A society without the 9 to 5. Okay, that's a promise that would get a lot of attention. Did they say how many of these stations they were planning for Beijing?
Yeah, a number was given, or rather a range, 10 to 18 stations.
10 to 18. And what are these stations actually like? The description sounds pretty wild in the notes.
Oh, definitely not your average building. The notes are clear. They're not sandstone.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. And they have some very strange properties. They can apparently disappear and reappear. They're described as like a virtual out, whatever that means exactly. And it does not look big from the outside, but if you go in, it's infinite inside. And the overall description is that they're very flexible.
Disappear, reappear, infinite inside.
Yeah, that's bending physics as we know it. Virtual out. Did Oxy say why Beijing? Why that specific spot for this arrival and these stations?
Yes. The reason given was quite specific. It was an invitation from the Galactic Federation.
The Galactic Federation. Okay, so that brings in another layer, another major concept from, UFO and channeling lore. And speaking of connections, the notes also mention their relationship with the Greys, right?
They do. Oxy's apparently asked about the Greys. The response was that they do know each other and communicate with each other.
So there's interaction there, acknowledged. Interesting. And then there was that one really specific comment, almost like a personal aside. Yeah, that was odd. Towards the end of the communication recorded in the notes, Oxy says this: "You may well reside in New York City, okay? There's nothing you have to worry about."
Mm-hmm.
Just like that. A direct message seemingly aimed at someone, maybe the listener, maybe someone specific, reassuring them about New York. Very specific.
Yeah. Mentioning New York City like that definitely jumps out. Kind of random, almost. And what was the very last thing Oxy said, according to the notes?
Just a final comment on the current situation, saying the energies are very active right now.
Very active right now. Okay, so let's just sort of recap the picture painted here. You've got this big event on a Beijing beach, these tall, white, mouthless beings appearing on a stage. Then one of them, Oxy, is channeled. Claims to be from another universe, here via portals and ships. Their mission: raise human consciousness, help transition to a new world without 9 to 5 jobs, using these bizarre, flexible stations. And this is all happening apparently by invitation from the Galactic Federation, and they know the Greys.
It's quite a narrative, a really detailed and extraordinary account from this one hypno-channeling session. It lays out a very specific scenario, a claimed interaction and mission unfolded.
It absolutely gives you a lot to think about. So just focusing only on what's in these notes we've discussed, what does it all mean? I mean, think about the implications. Beings with no mouths communicating, stations that can just vanish and reappear that are somehow infinite inside, a society without work as we know it. What really stands out to you listening right now from this very particular picture presented in the source material? What questions does it raise for you?
Today, I like to take Tina's conscious awareness to go to the same place as yesterday. I think that is a beach in Beijing. And when you can see the blue beings are coming down from their craft. So when I count to 3, you'll be there. 1, 2, almost there. And 3. What do you see?
Oh, yeah. This is a really big event.
So tell me, there are a lot of people at the beach?
Yes, and a lot of ships, like, in a row.
So how many do you see, like, around?
It's like they float a little right above the water.
How big is the ship?
Kind of cannot. They're like, whoa. Like, very, it's not like surprised, but like very amazed, basically. Because they're all lined up against the shoreline.
And this is the summertime. Which month is this?
Like June.
July?
Yes.
Okay.
Towards June, I guess.
Okay. And tell me what happens next.
They're not the Greys.
They're coming out?
Yes.
Describe.
Actually, their skin is like more white.
How they come? How do they come out?
Kind of just appear
Appear?
outside.
Yeah.
Their ship, like their UFO, is designed more like a ship. It's like there's a platform in front of the ground
Platform?
UFO. And there's like a platform where they just appeared and then people can see them.
What is the shape of the platform?
It's like a U shape, like a regular ship.
Like a
But
stage?
then, yeah, you can say, yeah, it's like a platform or stage kind of thing.
Okay. So do you see one right now on the platform?
Yes. They're very skinny and kind of tall, actually.
How tall?
6'8".
And their face. Can you see this being's face clearly?
They do have large eyes, a very small nose, practically no mouth.
No mouth.
Yeah.
And no hair. Okay. And so I'm going to try this to let this being channel through your body again. Let's see what he can tell us. So this white color skin being, can you be in Tina's body and use her voice to talk when I count to 3? 1, 2, 3. Hello. Can you talk?
Hello there.
Yeah, very good. Thank you for coming through. And can I ask where you are from?
I'm from a distant universe, and I'm here to help the humanity. We are all very excited to come here.
What is there a name for your species?
Starts with an O.
O.
XY.
OXY. Yeah. Oxy.
It sounds like your word oxymoron, but it's not the same.
It's just a different pronunciation.
And different spelling. But that is a close word.
So you said you're from a distant universe. So you're from a different universe?
Correct. And we use portals to get here.
Oh. So why you still have this spaceship?
Because this is how we travel.
You use a spaceship, but you use a portal.
Yes.
So any a specific purpose today you showed up?
Because you asked for a specific place in China.
Oh. So because I asked, that's why you showed up?
Yes, the channeling from yesterday.
Yeah. So when I give this command, you will hear, and you can just do teleportation like this?
It's we both tap into the energy of that place at that time.
So you say we, me and you, and the channel?
Yes, you ask for a specific place at a date, and that's where we were.
So you can hear my command. Yeah, it's a synchronicity.
When you give this command, this channel basically taps into what's happening.
Okay. And you can show up there.
Yes, because that is our plan.
I see. So what do you what are you gonna do next? Are you going to make some sort of announcement?
We're going to set up some stations in Beijing.
Wow.
To
help humanity to raise, expand their consciousness?
Yes, one is to get them used to a new kind of society or their way of living and getting their necessities.
Can you repeat what you just said?
We will set up stations in Beijing.
To provide necessities for people?
Yes. And to basically help them transition from the old world to the new world.
I see. So what made you decide to show up in this particular location?
It was an invitation from the Galactic Federation.
Oh, I see. By the way, this is not that important. Do I know you in a different reality? Or do we know each other?
That is a good question. I'm not sure.
Okay. Anything else we can know? So after the stations, what else will you do?
We won't stay here very long because we're here to help them transition.
So we're going to have a total new life form.
Yes, a new kind of society and community.
People do not have to work 9 to 5. So how many stations you're going to set up in Beijing?
10 to 18.
So you also work with the Greys?
You can say that. We do know each other and communicate with each other.
I see. I think in New York City they said it's going to be 28. So I'm surprised it's 18, but it can be a bigger stations.
That is not set in stone because some can disappear and reappear.
You mean the station?
according to different needs.
Oh, I see. So it's it's a virtual. How to say? From outside, it does not look big, but when you go inside, it's infinite.
Yes, you can say that, and it's very flexible.
Okay. Very exciting. Cannot wait. Before I let you go, anything else you want to let us know?
You may well reside in New York City.
Say one more time.
You may well reside in New York City.
Okay.
There's nothing you have to worry about.
Okay. I think energies are very active right now, and I'm so excited every day. And thank you for coming through. I'll let you go.